What is going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. So the post game, appreciate everybody coming in. Eagles lose 24-16 against the Steelers, and obviously, we had third, fourth string offense and defense didn't really play well whatsoever. So, like when I looked at this game, I said, you know what, if we lose, we lose. It's not about the wins really, but at the end of the day, I think we really strive to see the production. I think we strive to see some of these draft picks that actually were pretty productive today. And a lot of guys that were kind of, I guess, exiled from this linebacker core the past few years, really seen some good production out of this linebacker core, definitely. I thought Jalen Hurts played pretty good. I wish he played longer. I wish he played for a couple more series, but it never really happened. I thought I would at least try to see more if that was the case. But we didn't, unfortunately. But you know what? Hopefully next game he plays a little bit longer. That would be nice. But we'll just have to see. So I appreciate everybody coming in. I know we saw some good things today with Quez Watkins. I think that really fired us up today. Kind of had his press conference before and kind of said everyone has really doubted him, and he worked extra. He worked with a fierce vengeance this offseason because of how many people look down on him, that he can't do anything. I mean, this is a guy that was drafted in the later rounds, and sometimes you pick up these gems that you never know what you have. And before everyone starts talking about Jalen Reagor, how he didn't do anything, I mean, he wasn't targeted that much, but at the same time, he if you look at a lot of the tape from tonight, he got open on a lot of plays, but I guess some of the plays weren't schemed towards him. So that's definitely something else you could look at too. I think, when it comes to between Quez and Reagor, which I'm definitely going to be putting more tape out on that, and obviously more videos on between those two players. I think when you talk about the route tree, I think Quez is that guy. I think Reagor is going to be that guy that literally, you kind of just put him in this offense, you plug him in, and you use his speed to his advantage. Doesn't have to be the best route runner, but the guy just uses his speed to his advantage with all the other weapons on the field as well. Imagine if you had a Devontae Smith in this offense as well. It's unfortunate he didn't play in this game, and especially John Hightower that was out as well. So I think there's a lot more to it than we're really realizing what we're really seeing at this point. So I did my first live play-by-play today. I hope everybody enjoyed it, whoever showed up. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. So other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope everybody's having a good day. Takeem Hilton, what's going on, man? Quez is the answer. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Python says, Python Lord says, how was the game, guys? I didn't get to see it. It was a good game. I mean, I thought that the receivers did well. We were up 13-0. And then obviously the third stringers came in, fourth stringers came in, and we just fell apart. I mean, Nick Mullins threw 2 picks today, didn't really play well. Jake Elliott kicked 2 47-yarders, and he kicked a 50-yarder, made all 3 of those, which was really good. So, Sonic, what's going on, bro? Tyrese Washington says it was good first half, but Nick Mullins went 1 for 5 through 2 picks. Yeah, it wasn't good. I didn't think he was going to play that bad. King Rolex says Hurts was effective, made the right decisions today, made me more confident in him as a starting QB. I mean, it's just a start for now to see what Jalen Hurts could do. But you know what? I was really impressed by his accuracy and his poise in the pocket. He was patient. There was probably one play where he wasn't patient. He kind of started running, but I can't really take much from it. From that. You know what I mean? That one touchdown, that would have been a touchdown to Quez Watkins, that sideline, that go route that they had Quez running, and beat his man. The timing was just bad on the pass, so, I mean, that's easily fixable. Not really worried about that too much. You know what I mean? So, Glock said, yes, Flacco looked good. Flacco looked really solid today. He looked really solid. Looked like Flacco earned a backup role. Oh, I think he did, definitely. Definitely. I mean, the way Mullins played today, it wasn't good at all. J.H. Young, what's going on, man? They whacked Epstein. What's going on? Good game, man. Matt Weeks, what's going on, bro? Brian Cruz, what's going on? Wait, what? Colton said, turn your phone on. My phone's been busy all day, bro. My phone's been busy all day today. I've had my phone on all day. I had to watch the live stream. I had to put the live stream on my phone today, and I do it from my computer. So I turn all my notifications off, so I keep my phone on. Gabriel Nelson says Nick Mullins played like he played horrible. I mean, that was bad. I mean, it was that bad. I mean, there was a few times where I thought he saw someone wide open, but then he passed that ball and it looked horrible. It looked pretty bad. So. Danny, what's going on, bro? Big play, Slay in the building. What's going on, man? They Wax says, great game by Quez, definitely. Maverick says, how is Whiteside still on this team? He was throwing, I think, one pass, and he was, like, fully covered. Like, I mean, the corner pretty much read his route, and it was in front of him. So I don't know what's going on. Danny, what's going on, dude? I thought Hurts looked all right. Quez is a beast. Tyree Jackson is I don't know. Tyree Jackson, former quarterback. I mean, the Eagles tried turning him into a wide receiver, now a tight end. Wow. I'm just like I think he's 6'8". I mean, he's big. I mean, this guy, Tyree Jackson is that's why, like, bringing Zach Ertz back, I was like, Zach had other than the one drop, Zach had a pretty good first preseason game, but Tyree Jackson looks really good. I mean, imagine him with the first team. I think he would play really well. I mean, he's got so much size, it's ridiculous. Taylor Henry says, can we talk about how good the offense line will be if you're healthy? I know you're happy to see that, my dude. Yeah, no, I was really happy about the offensive line. I mean, Sua Opeta went in at left guard today, and then Herbig went at right guard today. So really, we were missing two starting guards and still actually played really good. So that really showed. And Sua Opeta, I don't think he's a good player. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's working to be something great. But, when you have guys that are out like Isaac Samal, Brandon Brooks, and you have guys fill in like that, especially Nate Herbig, I think I've had I've had a lot of salute to, Herbig and how he could play and stuff. So it's great. It's great. So I thought it was a really, really good game. Defensively, I thought there was pressure. Javon Hargrave, Josh Sweat, I thought they played. Milton Williams played fantastic. Moved from defensive tackle, defensive end, played great today, which was awesome. Hitman 6, what's going on? Salute, Joey Fan, Flagos Fly. Appreciate it, Hitman. Much love, dude. Matt Weeks, it's sad some people will still bash Nick as our head coach. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. Danny says Mullins was so bad. Mullins looked like Cody. I don't know. Was Cody Kessler better than Nick Mullins? Because that was horrible. Eddie Price, what's up, Joey? Eagles look good, buddy. They look pretty good. I mean, it's only one game. I wanted to see more from Hurts today, but Hitman says, how did Hurts look? I thought he looked poised. I thought he was I thought he was very patient in the pocket. I thought he was very good with these tight ends today. I thought he was accurate. I thought he was smart. He looked pretty good. He looked really good, actually. Jay Jones said, I said that's the 500, but Nick Mullins is the new Josh McCown. I think Josh McCown's better than Nick Mullins by a landslide, though. Mitch Conval, what's going on? Do you think Flacco added any fire to the possibility of a QB battle? Wish Hurts would have at least had another drive before Joe came in. I wanted Hurts to have more snaps. That was just me. I wanted Hurts to get more snaps, obviously, but Joe is definitely wants to start. I mean, he wants to get back to being a starter. That's definite. But at the same time, you know what? If Hurts ends up getting hurt, then, if he ends up, missing a game or two, knock on wood, I believe Joe could take over a couple games, definitely. I mean, I think that would definitely happen. But just got to give it time, you know what I mean? Carlton says, I'm ready for week one. We're all ready for week one already, I think. So Danny says, Mullins is way worse than McCown. Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. Skylar MV says, very happy with Hargrave and Milton. Milton Williams, like someone was holding him. I mean, it was a penalty wasn't on Milton Williams. He was getting held on a play, was going to make another play, but he's very good. With pressure. Javon Hargrave was getting pressure like crazy today. It looked really good. Hargrave needs a big year. Fletcher, obviously is going to get doubled a lot in these games. So when you get those one-on-ones, especially those defensive ends with Brandon Graham and Milton Williams and Teron Jackson that was in the whole game today, which is kind of crazy, it should be really interesting. They wax every year people overreact the first. Now, a lot of people overreact, but I think you just got to take the positives out of it instead of just all the negatives. Like we don't have any. Like people were saying in my chat today, we have no depth. Where's all our depth? Why are we getting it's the third, fourth quarter and people are talking about our depth is bad? Like we have fourth stringers in there. I don't know what you expect. I mean, we couldn't defend the run. Justiga, that offensive line was horrible. I mean, protecting Mullins was horrible. I mean, Mullins was playing bad as it is, and that offensive line did not help at all. That nose tackle was killing us with Justiga being there. So it's crazy. Brian Lawrence says Flacco coming for the starting role. Just kidding. No, I don't think he's a starter, but I think he's very solid backup wise. Obviously, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. The guy's got a lot on his reputation, and the guy could still throw the football very well. Okay, don't get me wrong on that. DJ Silks said the Eagles gave away the game. Well, it's a preseason game. Really, does anyone really care that we win a preseason game? I mean, really, we should learn from the Chip Kelly days of being the Super Bowl champions of preseason. Caleb Carpenter, what's going on? Kurt says, no way JJ makes the team over Hightower. Dobney says, up guys. Wow, Quez for Prez. That's definite, bro. That's definite. Python Steelers received a Make-A-Wish win today. They were really celebrating today. No joke. They celebrated in that locker room. I saw some video today after the game, like they won the Super Bowl or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of crazy. We got Cody says Hurts looks like he's gonna hurt some ankles this season, and you might be right on that. You might be right. I mean, really. I mean, Nick Sirianni wants to use Jalen Hurts to his advantage when it comes to his mobility in this offense. He's not trying to stray away from Hurts' mobility. That's just a plus in his play, and I think it will work out. I mean, I hope it works out. I think it's going to work out, especially with Devontae Smith on the field with all these starters. I mean, with Quez Watkins, it's looking like, I don't know. I mean, I saw Jalen Reagor open on a lot of plays today. I mean, his route running looked really good today. Even though the ball wasn't thrown to him, he looked really good today. Dang said, who was a player you were disappointed in? Disappointed? To be honest, I don't. Patrick Johnson had a really rough day today. A lot of people were talking high on Patrick Johnson that we drafted. I think the 7th round of the draft. I just think he didn't. It's going to be a little bit of a project with him. So I don't think there's much there. But the rest of our linebacker core: Eric Wilson, Alex Singleton, TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards was all over, and special teams as well, and Sean Bradley. Those are 4 linebackers that did a good job. I don't know if Davion Taylor, something happened. I think he ended up getting hurt in training camp. I'm not sure, but kind of crazy. Jay Chuck says, I hate being rude to people, but why do you maybe a sip and you drink stuff? Sorry for saying that. I'm really sorry. You don't understand. I'm not a rude person. I have no idea what that means. Sip and drink stuff. Because I'm thirsty. What do you mean sip and drink stuff? Fire says, man, did the Eagles look good today? They did. Caleb says, besides Quez, who do you think is going to get cut tonight because the rosters get cut from 90 to 75? Getting cut? I don't know. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside should be cut automatically as of right now. And obviously the third-string offensive line should probably be cut tonight. I mean, really, there was nothing there. Justiga's probably the only guy that's not going to get cut because he's the backup center to Jason Kelsey for right now. Obviously, with Landon Dickerson still on medical and whatever's going on with him. So that's something else to definitely look at as of right now. Sean Marshall, I like that. Coach played pretty much everyone. Get some reps under them. Got out of the bubble wrap. Yeah, get them some playing time. Get them used to the NFL world right now. So Fireman says fast, very fast, definitely. Tim Wall says Mullins was throwing some Wentz picks, but still a good game overall. Excited for the season. I'm excited too, bro. I don't take, Mullins did what he could. You know what I mean? It is what it is. He's bad. I didn't think he would actually play like that bad. I thought he would at least give us some good looks, but it didn't happen. Guys, if this is the Philadelphia Eagles by week 8, these players will be starting, and we know it. Don't be on the negative train now. MB said I was disappointed in Fulgham tonight. I had double. Nah, they just didn't throw any passes to him today. They just didn't throw any passes. Like it depends on the reads, like who's the first, second, third read. It just depends. I don't think Fulgham did he didn't get targeted today, but it doesn't mean that, he's bad or anything like that. People need to relax. It's the first preseason game. Dominic says, does Watkins make the team? Does Watkins make the team? 100%. 100%. Mokesh would rather have DiNucci than Nick Mullins. That's sad. That's really sad, actually. Danny Lugar said Clayton Thorson is the worst preseason QB I've ever seen. Did he play today for Dallas, right? Miles Down said the Eagle Stars dominate. I'm so excited for the season. Donnie says Jalen Hurts is looking like a world beater. Definitely. Dobby Overman says Flacco looks like starting material. That's scary. You know what I mean? He looked really good today. He looked beyond really good today. So I was very, very impressed with Flacco today. Hitman Stick says, thanks, Joey fam. I was at work when the game was on. I'll go back and watch it, though. Hey, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Marlon Meredith says, first and second teams are good, so we got something to build off of. Now it's time to get more playing time and create a real identity. Flagel slide, definitely. Dominic Arvin says, Flacco could start for the Colts. Probably could. He probably could. Fire says, Flacco looked good. You know what? When it comes to Flacco, when he was with the Jets, he had no team built around him at all. with Flacco now, like if you have a good team built around him, he needs an offensive line. He's not very mobile, but he could throw the football, guys. He could throw the football. You got good receivers and tight ends with him. He can definitely make some noise. Jay Young said, you didn't see Josh McCown in the Seahawks game. He was tried throwing it. I think it was not 2019. Yeah, it was 2019. Obviously, Quez Watkins, of course. Anthony Allen says, Jalen Rager, you in some trouble. Quez is looking like the number 2 wide receiver. I mean, we'll see. That's going to be really interesting. Really interesting. There's 123 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here today. If you guys enjoyed the live stream today, guys, want to check out next week, we'll be streaming the second game of preseason. Subscribe to the channel, like the stream if you guys have not before you leave today. Much appreciated from everybody. I had a really good time doing the play-by-play. I have never done one before, but I tried my best, but I'm only going to get better at it. You know what I mean? Donnie says, false start Pittsburgh. Tim Wall says, Hurts will start because of how fast the offense is now. He'll match that speed easier than Flacco. We're going to be dangerous when the chemistry gets better. And I think it's only going to get better. I think it's only going to get better in time. Ashford Apologist says, a lot of negative reactions already, so is our season already over? It seems like it to some fans. Daquies Green says, Quez. Danny Offerman says, I'm not sure the Eagles head coach dude is weird. Why do people say that? What's wrong with Nick Sirianni that people don't like him that much? I don't get it. Carlton says, facts. My favorite content I respect are you, Lord Brunson, Desert Eagle 9, Darius Dalton, Mr. Dugas, and Philly 500. Carlton, appreciate it, bro. Those are good dudes right there. Desert Eagle is like one of my best friends. Philly 500, I talk to him all the time. Carson went to my quarterback. Says, great. Hurts. B, running backs. D+, Watkins. A, other wide receivers. C+, first team. A-, Richard Rodgers. A+. Well, you really went into it tonight. Robert, California, I was at the game tonight in open practice. Quez was the best receiver both times. He needs to start week 1. He will start week 1. He will. Promise you he will. Danny says, I saw a pic on Twitter showing Sirianni working with Hurts and his technique. I love that. Nick and the entire coaching staff, I think they'll be good at developing players. I think we've already seen developing players today, guys. We saw development today. If you didn't see development today, our draft picks had development today. Even draft picks from last year had development today. We had development. I mean, that's what we've been missing. This is the hump we have to get over. You could draft the best players, you could sign the best free agents, but if you can't develop your players within the organization and scheme these guys to a good offense or defense and play them to their strengths, you're not going to have a chance. You're just not going to have a chance at all. And this is the hump that we have to get over. Development, number 1 priority is development. Nick Sirianni being hands-on with his team, with his his playmakers and all the players. I mean, that's what I liked. When Hurts went to the sideline for the first time, Nick was right on him, and it was great. I mean, I didn't see that with Doug too much. I mean, yeah, here and there, but I mean, it looked really good. So, Donnie says Colts defense does not look good. I didn't watch any other games today, so I have no idea. Matt said, I feel this first preseason game was pretty decent. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good starting point for the Eagles. Definitely. First starting point. Carson Wentz, my quarterback. The Eagles won the first quarter. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's it. They were up 13-0. They were up 13-0, guys. I mean, it's crazy. MJ, what up, Joey? It's Trucker MJ. Watkins is the future. And I think he is, and I hope he is. And imagine if we don't have to draft a receiver in the next 10 years. It would be fantastic. But Quez Watkins has a chip on his shoulder. At his press conference, they say a big chip on his shoulder, and he's happy about it. Henry Butts, what's going on, bro? Christian Martin announcer said Quez looked like Tyreek. That's crazy, right? I didn't have the volume on because I wanted to avoid copyright, but that's why I didn't have it on. Sean Marsh says running definitely was a little disappointing, but the secondary was nice. JG will clean that up. I think so. Downey, Field of Dreams was epic tonight. Frank Lamel says, when are we drafting Howie's replacement? People still don't like Howie. JD Hurts really looked comfortable and confident. He just got to be more accurate and we good. You know what? It was really a couple passes. It was the Rager pass that was underthrown. I think that Quez pass. I think it was just the timing. I don't think it was anything that was crazy. Like, I saw Quez in the corner. They were kind of running into each other. It could have been Quez a little bit taking a better angle upfield. I don't know. I mean, I think that pass was a little weird to me. So, Lost in reverence. The Hurts hate is unreal. Jalen was solid and is only going to get better as the reason goes on. Hashtag boomer sooner. Yeah, man. Like I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. I just think once he gets the chemistry a little bit better, it's one game, guys. It's one game. That's all we got to worry about. I mean, look, like I think people overreact over it, but we got to look at the positive things, guys. Like we actually had production from other players that never haven't had production here. That's a good sign from this coaching staff that was hired. You got me chops that he played a good game to me. I thought he played great. Eagles of Atlanta said Quez Watkins has Tyreek Hill level speed. He and Smith could be a special wide receiver tandem. I think they're going to be a very good. I think they're going to complement each other well, especially Jalen Reagor, guys. Jalen Reagor, you know what, had a couple first down catches today, but you know if you look at some of the tape and look at Reagor, his route running is very crisp. It got a lot better this year, guys. He was injured 3 times last year. The 2 times he was injured last year, Jalen Reagor, because of Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz threw 2 really bad suicide passes to pretty much Reagor when he was running into people. He got hurt twice because of that last year. So he's definitely 100%, and he's definitely looking like his routes are a lot more crisp. Tuam says Johnson did make a great tackle in the backfield. No, he did. Johnson had a good tackle, but most of the night it was bad. It was a bad night for Patrick Johnson, besides a tackle. So Rob California said Taylor is hurt. He wasn't in open practice Sunday either. Okay. That's what happened to Davion Taylor. Tim Wilson, once we get the chemistry right, we could have a top 10 offense. I hope so. Mr. 610 says, bro, your Flacco is not a Hall of Famer. What? JD says Nick Mullins is QB1. Mullins was trash juice. Matt said, when do cuts for our team start happening? I forgot what date it is. I have to look at it. I don't know if they start it tomorrow. I'm not really sure. Sean Marsh says Brooks played a series. All right, I didn't know that. I didn't know Brooks played. I wasn't hearing the volume on the TV. I didn't know he actually played a series. So he didn't play. So obviously he didn't play much. That's why I didn't really notice. Quez Watkins looked good, but Eagles lost for some. Well, the Eagles lost because of their third stringers. They were horrible. The offensive line was horrible. Nick Mullins was horrible. I mean, it was just bad. It was just really, really bad. Jason said, I would be watching, but I have to charge my phone. Flacco's fly. Appreciate it, bro. Donnie said, will Flacco be traded to Colts for a second-round pick? I don't know. This one is interesting. I'm not really sure. I mean, we already have the Colts, technically their second-round pick next year if Carson Wentz will play 75% of the snaps. So I don't know. I doubt the Eagles are going to get rid of Flacco right now because they really can't get another backup right now. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't see it happening. Yo, Jordan Maldonado, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good night, bro. Dalton Habina says that Reagor had a great route run going towards the sideline. No, it was good. I just think there was some timing, some weird timing that was going on with that pass. And I don't know with Reagor, you know, I thought the sideline catch was good. I just thought the one underthrown by Hurts, and I thought he had an okay day. Like, you know, everybody can't have a standout night. I mean, it just can't happen every single day. It just can't. You know what I mean? Dominic says, smash the thumbs up button. Appreciate it, Dominic. Much appreciated, bro. You got me chops. The Flacco barely got touched behind the second string O-line. Yeah, I mean, it was good. The second string O-line was really good. I'm not a big fan of Matt Pryor. I'm not really a big fan of Toth too much, but I thought some of the guys did pretty good. I mean, Andre Dillard, it stinks that he can't play to see what he could do. Obviously, Nick Steyer says, "What's up, Shake Squad? So excited for the season." Me and you both, brother. Me and you both. Mo Cash and New Quiz had something from watching tape last year, and he was open a lot, putting the burners, but didn't get the looks, and that's definitely true. Definitely true. Cameron Holmes, what's going on? Says Hurts was really solid. To be honest, I thought he was. I definitely thought he was. Keetron Moose says I love the Eagles. Then I said, what do you think about Gainwell? I thought Gainwell did good. Obviously, that big run that he had, the bigger run that he had, there was a penalty behind it. But I thought Gainwell, he made one guy. I think for one play he made one guy miss, got some yards. He's very elusive, and he's very elusive. And if Gainwell was in, see, that's the problem. Like when you put these running backs in with the later starters or like the later third stringers or something like that, it kind of looks weird because he probably would play better if he was with starters. But I think Gainwell is going to be something special. I really do. I think he's going to turn up. I think he's really going to turn up. Richie MC says Rager for Henderson. Rain 215 said at least Sirianni keeps defense on their heels. That's definite. JD says as long as Nick can coach, he can as weird as he wants. I don't care. I don't see why he's weird. He has different personality. Who cares if he's weird? Nick says Milton Williams was looking really good. No, Milton Williams, he went from defensive tackle to defensive end. I'm really hot. Defensive tackle to defensive end. I thought he played. He had pressure. I mean, there was a holding call on him as well. So, he was getting to that running back when he was running to the other side. He got held on that one play. But I thought Milton Williams, he looks real good. I mean, he's got some really good short quickness, explosiveness on that line. I think he looks fantastic. Fireman said looks way different from last year's offense. Oh, yeah, 100%. I think there's more creativity. I think, in preseason, I don't think you want to give away everything you do. I don't think Nick Sirianni wants to give away everything. Tony Scar said Milton Williams is the truth. He is. Darius says Flacco has weird eyes. I thought when I first saw him in the whole uniform today, I was kind of like, he looks kind of weird wearing that Eagles uniform because I'm so used to wear the Ravens uniform for so many years. You know what I mean? Eagles Stamps are Hurts Armor Mahomes. I'm pumped. Rain 205 said, yeah, new draft picks looking nice. 2 firsts and 2 seconds right now, but Carson's trying to play week 1. So we're going to see what happens. Tony Scar says Hurts did his thing. That's it. He's got to do what he can, whatever opportunities he has on the field. JD says Dobney wait, what happened? Eagle says Hurts improved well. I thought he did. WY2 Fly, what's going on? What's up, Joey? What do you think about JG's scheme? I thought it looked pretty good. I mean, he really didn't blitz too much today. Like, I didn't think he blitzed too much, but I got to say, he actually, the one thing I definitely noticed that his linebacker, he likes moving his defensive line around. He likes moving certain guys around from defensive tackle to defensive end, like Milton Williams. Teron Jackson was in the game the whole time. He must be tired tonight. Like, he was they did the same thing with Josh Sweat. When they drafted him, they kept him in preseason the whole entire preseason. He's turned out to a better player right now. But look at Milton Williams and what he's moving around. Look at Eric Wilson played great. Alex Singleton played great. Sean Bradley played great. I mean, these guys played TJ Edwards played fantastic today. Special teams, and I mean, these linebackers were running all over the place. I mean, Alex Singleton or like TJ Edwards, they'll be on the opposite side of the field when the play's going the other way and still make the tackle. I mean, that's really good. I mean, you're seeing production out of this linebacker group already with Nick Reynolds being that linebacker coach, doing a really good job with these guys. That's definite. Definitely. We got a super chat from Turntable Teddy. What's going on, man? Appreciate it, dude. He said national reporters talk about Hurts as if he plays like Mullins. The Hurts to Watkins connection it's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait for it. It's going to be so exciting. I'm glad you're excited because I'm excited about this connection, and that's just Quez Watkins. We haven't seen Devontae Smith, and then Rager on top of it in this offense. It is going to be explosive. I think the speed matches every player. I think Hurts matches with the speed from this whole entire offense. I think it's a quick-paced offense. I love it. I mean, it's a run-first offense, and I love it. I think it's great. DJ Chris Lutz says, what's up, Joey? Been a follower for a while now. Go Birds, baby. DJ, appreciate it, bro. Hope you're having a good night tonight. Hope you're having a good night. Richie MC, how do you feel about the new number 27? Zach McPherson play tonight. 27. Love that number for why, Malcolm Jenkins. But I thought Zach did really good against the run. I thought he can get off blocks really well and make tackles. He had that PI call in the end zone, unfortunately. So he got turned around a little bit back of the end zone. So, I mean, that costed us a little bit, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll see what happens, but it should be interesting to see what McPherson brings to the future. I don't think he's I don't think he's there yet. I think with more guidance and better on his play, he's a rookie. You give the guy a break. Give him a break, but at the same time, we got to give him time. I think that's the most important thing, especially going into next year in 2022. That's when we're going to find out if he's going to be ready to take the charge at that first corner spot. Don't know, or the second, I have no idea. We'll see what happens, though. Miles says, can bring down the house. Tim Wall says Zach McPherson is going to have a bright future. I think he will. I just think, he did have he had more of a solid day than he did a great day. Other than that PI call, but the guy can get off blocks. The guy is a very, very good tackler. Wearing that 27 reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins making those tackles, and I really loved it. I think he could tackle very well. Like I said, get off blocks. He's a wraparound. He's a lower body wraparound tackler. I mean, he doesn't miss tackles. Jack Ian says, as a friend from the AFC West, do Eagles fancy a first place finish in your division? I think if this team does surprise us, I think we can actually win the division. I think there's a lot of other fans out there that haven't, we have a roster right now. We have a lot of receivers, a lot of players on this team that haven't reached the surface of their potential. Okay, haven't reached the surface of their potential. So at the same time, we haven't been developing great, but now with these developmental coaching staff coming in, now we're starting to see we don't have a bad team. We just don't have players that are in a good development stage because of these coaches that we had the past few years, and that's unfortunate. But I think they could surprise us. They will be competitive. They won't back down this year. I think there's a lot to see, and I think there's a lot that people are going to see that they're going to be really surprised about these Eagles and their wide receivers and Jalen Hurts being at quarterback. So that's what I feel. I'm looking for a division win this year. That's what I'm looking for, so we'll see. What's going on, Miles? Jay says JG didn't really rotate in his line a lot, which I thought was weird. No, he rotated. No, he rotated a little bit. What he didn't rotate was Teron Jackson was in the whole entire game, but at the same time, he still have 2 more preseason games, so he wanted to get a lot of work out of some guys that he wanted more snaps out of. I mean, Teron Jackson was in the entire game. I mean, crazy. But they were moving guys around, but some guys stayed at one position. Some guys, rotated, and some guys didn't. Fireman 2531 says Anthony Harris. I like Anthony Harris a lot. Great. Always takes good angles, good safety, good tackler. And I remember when Zach McPherson and Anthony Harris, I think the Steelers threw a screen pass to the sideline it was a wide receiver screen, and literally they both came up, and Harris was already there before the play, literally the ball came to the receiver. So I think Anthony Harris is going to be a nice addition this year. That's definite. Sean Marsh says that pass from Hurts to Goddard, a lot of QB can't make that throw accurate away from the defender, allowing to get yak. No, I mean he had some pressure at his face and a little bit of pressure in his face, still threw the ball, and that was a little tiny window to throw to. Like if that pass wasn't perfect the way he threw that to Goddard, I don't know where that ball would have went, but it was amazing. Paul 44 says our linebackers look good. Dude, I was so surprised. I mean, really, did I expect this much production from our linebacker core today? Definitely not. But wow, I was totally shocked. I really was. I was shocked over it, man. Sean Bradley played really good. TJ Edwards played fantastic. Eric Wilson, Alex Singleton, those guys played really well, guys, really well. Teddy Cancun Cruz says Hurts didn't throw during high school. His college, he threw for 5 stars, protected by 5 stars. He's not our future, but he is from Houston, so Hurts for Watson it may be. I think the Watson thing is more of a next year type of thing. See how Hurts plays this year, then see what happens after that. So you guys got to wait on it a little bit. Smith 6 is the ghost. Do you think Eagles will keep J.J. because of his block? No, definitely not. They tried putting him in the slot today, didn't work. He had he was passed to one time today. It's not even just that, but the guy, he was covered. He was so covered and so slow today, it just didn't look good. Tony Scar says, for this team not showing their hand, they look pretty good. I thought they looked pretty solid. It was 13-0 with this second streak. It was good. We felt comfortable. We felt very good. Marcus Garcia said, what do you think of the secondary? The secondary, Steven Nelson and Slay did well. Zach McPherson had a solid day. Other than that PI call in the end zone, he had a very solid day. When it comes to Seymour and what's-his-face gave up 2 big receptions, then came back with a tackle, played really bad. Played really, really bad. If you guys could say his name real quick. The other corner gave up 2 big receptions today. I forgot. His name is always drops out of my mind. Cameron Ego says, I love how the coaches have gotten these running backs to pick up blocks. Yeah, you have 2 of the best. You have two of the best pass protection running backs in the league, and Kerryon Johnson and Jordan Howard. They're the two best at it. So if they see a blitz coming and they're on the field, those are the two best players you could have, and they lay the hit on somebody. By the way, everyone's saying Jaquette. Jaquette had a really – sorry, thank you guys for saying Jaquette. Michael Jaquette didn't have a good day. Jaquette looked bad. Seymour looked really bad. Seymour looked horrible. He looked – worse than, pretty bad. It was pretty bad, I got to say. Seymour was not good. And Avonte Maddox, I don't know where he was. I don't know if he was playing, not playing. I didn't see him. Unless someone saw him, I didn't see him. But at the same time, there's not much depth at corner, guys. There's really not. We don't have much depth there. Besides Avonte Maddox, Josiah Scott, I don't know how promising that is right now. Seymour's not good. Jaquette's not playing good. Especially that first game, Jaquette did not play good. He got his body. He got turned around so bad. He got turned around easily. So unfortunately, it didn't play out the way it was going to play out. So that's the problem. There is 208 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here today. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I can't even talk right now. I'm sweating. It's been a crazy day today. Guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We do cover the Eagles all year round, guys. We're doing streams. We're going to be streaming the preseason games, regular season games, the Philly Shakedown podcast on Saturday on the Philly 500's channel. Talk about preseason and everything else. Should be a lot of fun. If you guys haven't checked out, please subscribe. Please like the stream if you guys haven't already. Obviously, description below. My Twitter, follow me at JoeyShake72. You guys can ask me questions. I always answer a lot of people's questions, and in my spare time where I get on there and do some things. So, do appreciate everybody being here tonight. Much love to everybody that joined the stream earlier. My first play-by-play went fantastic. Loved you guys, and felt like I was watching a game with you guys at the end of the day. So it was a lot of fun. Cameron Erickson says, I love how coaches have gotten these running backs to pick up blocks. The Mad Brow says Hurts will be fine. Nate Banks says, can't wait for Devontae to come into the offense. So many weapons, got to be explosive, but that line needs to stay healthy. That is the number one thing. Nate Banks, that's perfectly said. This offensive line needs to stay healthy. You cannot have 14 offensive line changes. I'm sorry. You just can't. These guys have got to try to stay healthy as much as possible. The two names I'm looking at right now are Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson with these ankle injuries. Brandon Brooks coming off 2 Achilles. Not even 2 days in the training camp, and Brandon Brooks has a hamstring injury. It's not good. That doesn't look promising. I'm telling you right now, if Brandon Brooks misses a lot of time this year, I'm trading him next year. There's just no point. There's so much money tied into him right now. But you trade Brandon Brooks next year if he gets hurt this year again. You got Nate Herbig taking that right guard spot, and I'm perfectly fine with Nate Herbig. He can handle his own. He's done a fantastic job. I have no problem with it. Daniel Garver said that block from Howard was nasty. I've heard he's a good. He's had a very good camp. This is a guy that came in this year with a dry. He had no interest in free agency. He had no interest whatsoever, at all. No interest, nothing. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a very important year for Jordan Howard. Very important year. And can he beat Kerryon Johnson? Are the Eagles going to use those 2 extra roster spots? Maybe 1 at running back to keep maybe 4 or 5 running backs this year. I have no idea. That should be really interesting. Tim Stewart says we had to put our future star to put it away. Eagle Slayer says that Howard block, though, it was nice. Berg says aside from that one drop, Ertz looked pretty good. He looked like he wanted to be there unlike last year. He looked like he wanted to be here. He was hanging out with Quez, Watkins, and Rager on the sideline. He was laughing it up with people. He looked healthy. He looked good. He looked like he wanted to be here. And I don't know, guys. I still don't believe he's going to be here by week 1, but it's hard. It's hard for me to say he's not now. I don't know. Teddy Cancun says when he retires, I would love to have Jenkins number 27 back on some capacity. Fireman says Nelson looked good. I thought Steven Nelson looked good too. Jack Kenneth says, as a Raiders fan, old school mad respect to Jaws. He did the Eagles proud. He did. He's a Hall of Famer, man. He's that dude. Jaws is a tough. He was a tough player back in the day. I watched a lot of tape on him. Obviously, I wasn't alive at that time in the '80s, but it is late '70s to the '80s. But Tony said the Howard block and the blitz was nasty, and that you got 2 of the best running backs on our squad right now that could do those nasty blocks. MB said Gainwell and Zek are the future of the offense and defense, respectively. I think so. I mean, Gainwell is gonna play very good. He's gonna be a good future back. I'm telling you, like I'm hoping Miles Sanders fixes his not dropping the football and protecting the football as he's running with it. Because I'm telling you right now, I mean there will be somebody out there that's gonna take his spot if that's the case. And I think Gainwell's gonna be one of those players. Gainwell's gonna be one of those players that's gonna fight for a roster spot. That's gonna fight for a starting spot. I'm telling you right now. We got a super chat from Philip McLaughlin. What's going on, man? He says, very strong. Sanders didn't play. He wasn't hurt. That was a weird thing today. I don't know why he didn't play today. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Don't know why, but appreciate it, bro. Jay Jones said, what about Jake Elliott? Jake Elliott did fantastic. He made 2 47-yard field goals, and he made a 50-yarder today. He actually played really good. Now, I know it's just a preseason game. There's not much pressure, but I think there is pressure at the same time. But I was actually really nervous for Jake Elliott when he first kicked. He kicked the first, and they weren't like – they were good kicks. I mean, he did a good job. So, 3-Car Mine says Jaws took a lot of hits from LT and he gets Jaws took a lot of hits from LT and he gets right back up. Dominic Orfman said Pittsburgh is going to be a good team this year. I feel sorry for people that have to block these dudes. Let's see, Nettie Banks. There was one play with Hurts where he saw some type of blitz coming. And saw it out, and Kelsey shouted at everyone at the line. Very cool. Jalen must love having the center is the quarterback of the offensive line. I mean, that's definite. He makes all the calls for the offensive line. So, I'm Jim Ruiz. What's going on? It says Watkins is going to be a star, and I believe it. I believe as much as you do. Jack Kenneth says Eagles fan Ertz is a top tight end, top 10. I don't know if he's a top 10. I think in a good offense he could do very well. But there was a point before last season he was a top 5 tight end. But now, I mean, he's got to kind of prove himself because he wants to get that big contract after this year, which, he doesn't get yak yards, you know what I mean? But I think he's got reliable hands. He's got a good separation at the break of his route. I think he's a smart player. But I think he just has to prove himself for that big contract. I think if the Eagles do keep him, if they do, $12 million cap hit, I don't know. But if they do keep him, then there obviously is something there. What's going on? Where are you hiding? Thank you for the super chat, bro. So rush defense, clean it up, wrap up, old-fashioned form tackle next week, please. I'm talking to you, Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson had a little bit of trouble today, but I don't think it's anything to go crazy about as of right now. But just speaking to the linebacker group as a whole, I think it was fantastic. He did, Eric Wilson was in the backfield. He had his arms around somebody. It would have been like a 2-3 yard loss, and it turned to a 4 yard gain, and that's what happened. So where you hiding? It actually is another Eagles content creator. If you don't, check his channel if you guys haven't. Great Eagles content creator and very good at what he does. So. Paul 44 says Jake Elliott looks like he fixed whatever was wrong with him last season. It looks like it, but it has to continue. Like one preseason game is going to say, oh, Jake Elliott is fixed. No, he's not fixed. We have to wait. This is the waiting game, guys. Big D said Ertz got that Odell Bosworth hair thing going on. Dylan R says Quez was myself, man. Sean Marsh says, what do you think about the run defense? Harris was running hard from what I saw. I thought Harris was running. Harris is good. Najee Harris, he's got a big future with the Steelers. He does. I thought he ran really good. And I thought our run defense, our second team did okay. I thought our first team did really well, but our second team was kind of struggling just a little bit. But I thought they were fine. They made stops where it counted, and that's all it really matters. Like, it is what it is. Najee Harris is a very powerful runner and elusive, so... I'm Jim Rose says Alex Singleton was a monster out there. He was a monster. T.J. Edwards was a monster. Sean Bradley was a monster. Eric Wilson had a good game. I thought Eric Wilson had a good game, but less of the other guys. I thought T.J. Edwards, and I've been a T.J. Edwards fan since he was undrafted. I mean, just fantastic. I think that guy's going to be something. I think he's going to be something here. Me and 500 kind of agreed that T.J. Edwards, like we were big fans of T.J. Edwards when he got here, and he had this he was a flash in the pan that came in and never got enough snaps, and now he's getting his chance, and I can't wait. Tony Scar says Miles will play next week, but not much. Game prepared. You know what? That's probably why, too, Tony. He's probably just getting ready for the season, most likely. So, that's 60. Where was that? There was inconsistencies in the snap and holds on field goal kicks. They've been working on those in camp to make sure the timings and routines are consistent for Elliott. And that's what they have to make sure of. And obviously, I know he hired somebody, like a mental type person that shows him how to stay, mentally sane not mentally sane. I mean, like, to be mentally there. Maybe he gets nervous too much. I mean, as a kicker, you get nervous this much. I mean, you're going to miss most of the time, so that's a problem. Fred Sheen says, "Hey Joey, what's up? What's your prediction for this year? I'm hoping 7 to 9 games, but I think this team can go a lot further than that if they really surprise me. I think they really can." Roger Piara says, "How did Zach McPherson play like?" I thought he actually played pretty good, but except he had that PI call and that touchdown, he got turned pretty easily and lost his man on that wide receiver, got the PI call, but I think he can get off blocks really well. I think he tackles excellently. He reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins. He's wearing Malcolm Jenkins' number. He reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins when he tackles. No joke. He does. Robert Gravino says Hurts has the most pressure on him in the NFL. Maybe, yeah. I mean, it depends how he thinks of it. Maybe he doesn't feel the pressure. Maybe he feels like he's just going to go out there, have fun, and do what he has to do. I don't think he feels pressure. That's just me. Sorry, my allergies are. If I rub my nose, it's my allergies. 3 Carmine says Tyree Jackson has a huge upside. Don't let him go. Let Richard Rodgers go instead. All the tight ends played well today. All of them. Tyree Jackson, what is he, 6'8"? I mean, he's a former quarterback, turned into a wide receiver, now turned to a tight end, which I think is amazing. Obviously, then that one of those Joe Flacco passes that were really bad. Tyree Jackson, he's got a big body. I mean, he is big. It's crazy what he could do. Matt said Ertz looking like he's trying to be in the Dragon Ball Z with the Super Saiyan hair. It looks like it. Smith the Ghost says, who would be cut ASAP? J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I mean, there's no point. There's just no point. John Hightower being hurt is more valuable than J.J. playing right now. Okay, let's get that straight. Let's get that straight right now. Patrick Johnson, cut. He's not going to do anything. A lot of people had high upsides on Patrick Johnson. He's not making the team. That's definite. The offensive line for that third team, they're all getting cut. I mean, they're not doing anything. Dylan says Tyree Jackson looked like good. I think one pass was really low, but for his first time pads ever as a tight end, he looked good. I thought he looked fantastic. I thought he looked very natural. That's what I thought he looked like. He's got so much upside to him, though. Tyree Jackson surprised me a lot today. Tyree Jackson's great. Just heard, he says tackling has been an issue. It has. But I think it was better in this game. I mean, from the starters, from the second stringers, I think we looked a lot better. Showing says Quez still needs to be work at tackling. Quez still needs work tracking the ball in the air. Deep ball should have been caught. I don't know. I think he was slowed down. I think the timing was wrong. I don't think it was him on that play. I think the timing was wrong on that. That's just me, though. So it's definitely something. TT, I really liked play calling on offense. What did you think? I liked it. I thought it was very adverse. I thought it was very diverse. I thought it was very different for what we usually get. From screen passes to short slants to post corner routes to go routes. I thought we got a little bit of everything today. Screen game today. Richard says Eagles linebacker 53 Smith going to make the team. I don't think so. I forgot who that is. Is that guy must be like a really far down depth guy because I've never heard of. I don't know. I don't think he's making the team. He missed. He couldn't tackle. He was one-on-one on a tackle that could have caused more yards. He missed that tackle. He wasn't good. His tackling's not good. I don't know. His reads aren't good. I don't think he is playing. I don't think he's going to make it. Cameron Egon says we're going to light Atlanta up week 1. I don't see Atlanta's defense doing anything. I really don't. I mean, they have a couple guys in the defensive line that are good, but I just don't see that Atlanta defense doing anything to this offense. I really don't. I really don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't. Smick Six the Ghost says, who do you think wins the job? McPherson or Maddox? I didn't see much of Maddox today. I don't know why. Did he even play today? I don't even know. McPherson, he gave up a touchdown that they found a PI call, but, I mean, he didn't have a bad day at all. He really didn't. He made some good tackles. His pursuing is really good. Against the run, he gets off blocks. I mean, he made some good tackles today. I think he has a little bit of – he definitely has some upside to him. I mean, that's definite. Najee Harris looked very good. Oh, he looked fantastic. They definitely did a good job on drafting him. He's gonna fit well over there. Ned Banks, I'd give Jalen a solid quarter of a play next week. I hope he gets a quarter. I hope, not even a half. I just want a quarter. That's all I want. Big D says Haskins did pretty good. Haskins did okay. I mean, obviously, like when he was with Washington in 2019, he actually did pretty good against us. I mean, he did actually, honestly, pretty well against us till he came back and scored to win that game. But Smith 6 to go says, how did you think of Josh Sweat? Did great pressure. As long as you're getting pressure, you don't even have the sack numbers. As long as you're getting pressure, being disruptive in the backfield, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the pressure doesn't matter. That's all you need right there. You got me chopped says cut trash. D Smith 50. That the linebacker was bad. He was bad. Joe Mark says that block from Howard is he trying to take the linebacker's head? That's how he's very aggressive on the pass protection. Howard is very good on he's good on picking up those blitzes, and he will let someone pay for it. Trust me. Big D said the Steelers' offensive line looked pretty good. They should be comfortable substituting guys. Oh, yeah, probably. They look pretty good today. Tim Hall says if Ertz starts playing like a top-tier tight end again, we can win the division. And plus with two other tight ends, I mean, they can use double tight end sets. They can do whatever they want. I mean, you got Dallas Goedert on a contract year. I mean, Dallas Goedert looks great. I mean, these catches that Dallas could catch and these throws that Hurts was putting in that small little window was fantastic. I couldn't even complain about it. Jock Kettis says Hurts not worth $10 million per year. Facts. Waller is just getting paid just over $6 million this season. Last year the Raiders signed Witten for $4 million. Wasn't worth it. Facts. I mean, look, it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to get paid in the future. But I mean, as of right now, like he's on our team. We see how he plays and just see what happens. T-Tay, what's going on? C-Tay says also Hargraves looked good today. Hargraves looked great. He had a lot of good. He had good pressure. That's all that matters. The pressure is all that matters. Big D said McPherson brought something that's been missing from Eagles corners for years, tackling. That is 100% true. Shout out to Big D for that statement. His tackling was fantastic today. He reminded me of Malcolm Jenkins with that number he was wearing on those lower body tackles. He was getting off blocks. He was making tackles. He did really well. Besides the PI call, for the touchdown, he actually played more than good today. Tony Scarlett says Barnett was okay, but he's got to make the tackle at point of attack. Yeah, I mean, I would just give it more time. I mean, he was in, but I mean, we didn't get it. I don't think we got a sack today with that first team, but we made stops, and I think that's all that mattered. We put pressure on the quarterback. They were thrown a different direction. I thought we had really with Slay, and I think Steven Nelson, we had good coverage today. So really, at the end of the day, I thought we played really good. I thought we played good. Brian Saransky, when Smith comes back into the field, I feel sorry for everyone else's defense trying to stop the Eagles' offense. I think Hurts is going to put up sick numbers this season. I think he's going to with this offense, the rest of these weapons. I think he's going to. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get down this chat. It's not easy. Ron said Pat Johnson looked okay considering it was his first time really playing linebacker. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but didn't play well. Dylan Arce is not going to lie. Tyron Jackson wasn't as much as I wanted him. Also, Barnett started over Sweat. Then Sweat instantly looked hungrier and more aggressive. Look, the depth charts don't matter right now. Whatever depth chart, whatever you see first on the field doesn't matter. They're moving guys around. They're seeing how they work with other players on the field. So even with the defensive line, like even Gann talked about, I don't want one player getting too comfortable playing next to another player. Like everybody needs to play with everybody and get comfortable and have that chemistry coming off the line with everybody. So that's where it's going to come into account. Freeman Loomis says, man, would love to see Hurts for one more series. I know, that's what I said to myself. I was like, he's got to play like a couple more series. This isn't fair. Richie FC is the New England doing joint practices. The answer, yes. August 16, Patriots at Eagles. Philadelphia, what do you think we'll see? Bill Belichick might be spying extra on Hurts' performance if Henry is out. We'll see. But I can't wait for next week. There's going to be some competition, see if we look good. It's going to be really exciting to cover this team next week before the preseason game, so it should be fun. And I'm hoping Ertz is. I hope this is the dress rehearsal where he plays for at least a half or at least a whole entire quarter, if that's the case. So, game with Mr. Koopa says maybe Jake Elliott probably was because there was no fans. Been kicking his whole life with fans. Don't give him excuses. Smith the Goat says first and second team look good. Jack Kennis, I'm liking the channel with good football chat. Respect to the host and the fans. Jack, appreciate it. You're a Raiders fan. I have a few people I know personally at work that are Raider fans as well. So much love to you and your team, man, and good luck with everything, bro. Appreciate you coming on the channel and giving your insight. Roger PR says, do you think Rager is trouble? No. No. I don't think so. Big D, McPherson's mother played in the Women's Football League as the commentators were. Oh, really? I did not know that. That's good to hear. Christian Bradford said Richard Rodgers is still good. I think he is. I think he's a very good, solid backup. I mean, he started for 4 games last year, and he played fantastic. I thought he played really well in those 4 starts he had. I thought he played really good. Tyree Jackson is 6'7". It's crazy. Sean Wood says that one Rieger route was crazy. I know. You mean the curl that he came back, and that was I forgot what pass that was. I mean, he was wide open. He would have been open. He would have had a first down. They passed it to somebody else, but I think Rieger's routes look a lot better. I mean, I looked at a lot. I've already I backtracked on some of the tape, and it looked really good. So, Tony Garza said, we will keep 3 tight ends. That's what I believe. 3 tight ends is definitely something we're going to keep. Big D said Pick Mullins would be cut too. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be practice squad, most likely. I mean, no one's going to pick him up off waivers, most likely. We're not going to release him off waivers. I mean, we're going to release everybody off waivers, most likely, depending on who we won't really want back here. But at the same time, Mullins will probably be back here for practice. He's going to be a practice squad arm, and that's pretty much it. That's where he's going to be. There is 207 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate it. We just going over the Steelers-Eagles preseason game. We lost, unfortunately, but we saw some really good things today out of this team. A lot of good things. It's not about winning or losing a preseason game. It's about seeing production and seeing what we have of these players that we drafted, and obviously, and then some with some of the other players. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day, all year round, everything. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Like the stream. Like up the stream if you guys have not. Either support me in other ways. You could hit the links down below, and if you hadn't followed me on Twitter, you can ask me questions. You could ask me anything. I'm always up to answer everyone's questions, and I added more flavor and more of my own life into Twitter as well, which is good. So at JoeyShake72, find me at Twitter at JoeyShake72. Do appreciate everybody being here today. Much love to everybody that's in here today. Bragan says, which unit needs to sharpen up the most? Which unit needs to sharpen up the most? I don't know. I mean, I really don't. To sharpen up the most, I don't know. I didn't like our safeties besides Anthony Harris. I didn't like Andrew Adams. I didn't like Andrew Adams. I didn't like Marcus Epps. I did not like today. I don't know. I still think we still need some solid cornerbacks behind Nelson and Darius Slay. I feel like we just don't have depth right now. Besides McPherson. After McPherson, I don't see any more depth behind that. That's worth it. Okay, Jaquetta's not good. Seymour's not good. I didn't like any of those other guys whatsoever. I didn't. So, Rashad Smith, another guy, horrible. Thanks for telling me about him. Jonathan Holly, what's going on? Big Picnic needs to get the boot. Now waste of reps. It was. I mean, he gave nobody any. I don't like wasting a quarterback that's not going to give our guys any looks. Can't stand that. How do these receivers feel that are trying to make the team? Jay says Jackson can use like Trey Burton, Philly, wink, wink. Just Dash says JJ shouldn't even be a starter on a Canadian team. Carlos Deuce says, what up, JoJo? Told you Gainwell can put up a man. Him and Watkins did Milton Williams. Milton Williams had pressure. They had him at defensive tackle. They had him at defensive end. I thought they did fantastic with him. I thought they did really good with Milton Williams. He was getting pressure. There was a holding call on the offensive line because Milton Williams was about to make that tackle, and they held him. I mean, that's a good sign right there. That's a very, very good sign right there. So we'll see what happens. Big D said Gainwell looked clean cut. He did. Fresh Genius says, how do you think Devonta Smith played? Well, he didn't play today, so... Rain says Milton Williams did good. He did fantastic. Gaming with Mr. Cooper says, no, John Hightower not as good as special teams. They will pick J.J. over him. No, they won't. They will not pick J.J. over John Hightower. That's not happening. Dylan says, you think we keep Tyree at third tight end over Richard Rodgers on his one-year deal, especially if Tyree has a similar games as tonight? That I don't know. I really don't know. He might be a practice squad guy, but that's going to be the hard part to all this. Like, I didn't think we're going to keep Zach Ertz. Sometimes in my head right now, I don't think we're keeping Zach Ertz. With a $12 million cap hit, and if you release him or trade him, you get $8.5 million in cap space. If you get rid of Zach Ertz, you're going to have over $20 million in cap space. Under the cap, not over the cap. You're actually going to have cap space, which is crazy. I'm Jim Rose says, I felt we should have been rotating our D-line more in the second half. They looked gassed, and that was why the Steelers got back into this game. But I could say we looked better than Dallas first time. That's definite. Carl says Gainwell stood out a lot. He did. I mean, that one run, there was a holding penalty on that one big run he had, but he was making the first guy miss. He was he's very elusive with his feet. I mean, he's very elusive. I want to see him in the passing game. That's what That's what I'm really excited about. See, obviously we strayed away from Miles Sanders in the passing game after 2018. Then really after that, I mean, it hasn't been good since then. So I want to see these running backs in the passing game as well. You get these running backs in the passing game, plus Devontae Smith, Quez, Watkins, and Jalen Reagor, and Dallas Goedert. I mean, in your offensive line, Jalen Hurts extending plays, this is going to be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Robert Gravino, appreciate the super chat, my friend. Much love, dude. And thank you for coming in to the stream earlier today for the support. I really do appreciate it, Rob. Much love, dude. Sam's Drip says, Huntley looked good. Huntley is you know what? Huntley was he was in the game way too late. And, he dropped that one pass from Mullins. He dropped the one pass that would have been a first down from Mullins. But really, other than that, he played good. He did what he could behind that horrible offensive line. Huntley wasn't given the. It stinks to see a guy that we know that is pretty good, and he just can't. He can't do anything because of just how bad it is right now. So, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I think if you put him in with the first or second string, I think he'll do a lot more because of what's around him is better, which will make him look better. For his skill set. So that's where I'm excited about with him. So Robert said, I bet we only keep 2 quarterbacks on the 53. Great stream today. Appreciate it, bro. And yeah, I think we will too. I think we'll keep 2. John Haley says, if Mullins would have thrown the ball right, Killings would have taken that ball to the house. Dude, I'm telling you, that would have happened. They put Killings as a wide receiver today. And yeah, I mean, Mullins just took way too long. He took way too long. But when he threw the ball, I thought he saw somebody open because he chucked it. I was like, okay, maybe someone's open while the ball was in the air, but that didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. Dylan Arcetari on practice squad is an instant pickup for another team. That's what I think, though. I think someone will pick him up if he's on our practice squad. 100%. I thought he was 100%. That's what I think. Jake as Cake says they probably will keep Whiteside. I doubt they want to pay him not be on the team, sadly. I don't think Whiteside's going to be. There's no way you're picking Whiteside over Hightower. It's not happening. Cite said, "Did you get to see any of the Pats game? Mac Jones looked tough." No, I didn't see anything. Smick says defense is going to shock a lot of people. I think so too, bro. I think so too. Irvin James says Huntley is going to the practice squad. He might. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I'm not sure, man. Sam says Blake Countess looks good. All right, are you just saying everybody looks good? Because Blake Countess had a couple good we just picked Blake Countess up a couple days ago. This is a 2016 draft pick. No, 2015, I think he was a draft pick under Chip Kelly. I think a 6th-round pick. And he made some tackles today. He made some tackles. I mean, Blake Countess always comes back to the Eagles every time we're hurt at safety, which we are. Kavon Wallace being out, Rodney McLeod being out. It's May 60. Do you think Kenny Gainwell will be running back too? I think he could be a 1-2 punch with Sanders, and then obviously have Kerryon Johnson or Jordan Howard, and then Boston Scott. I think they'll keep 4 running backs this year. If they use an extra, and I would use an extra roster spot to make it 5. The 2 extra roster spots that we do get. I hope we use it 1 at receiver, and I think we use 1 at running back. Why not have more running backs? I don't see why not. I mean, defenses have to prepare for all these different skill set running backs you have in your backfield. Rad says the last offensive line was the best line all game. Jay Davis said Mac Jones looked exactly like Brady. His stance and throwing motion is identical. It's actually strange. Really, huh? John McCrell Jr. says JJ, he gone, and that's what's going to happen. Gamey what Cooper says JJ are going to make to make the squad. He didn't do it. He's not going to do anything. Dude, it's not the old days anymore. We're not picking favorites anymore. We're not giving J.J. Arcega-Whiteside that many chances now. Howie tried to give him a chance last year. It never happened. I mean, between what this team looked like last year, it was a damn joke. But Jay says, I do miss Andy Reid, but his time in Philly was done, and glad he's had a success in KC. Sorry, Jack Kenna. Will Max says, we definitely need to address the depth at corner and O-line because it's hard if we get that injury bug again. Well, I mean, that's the risk we're taking, bro. Like, I think we have depth at offensive line, but you're talking like how much depth do you need? Like, you have Dillard at left tackle, which is not promising, but if Mulata gets hurt, then you have LaRaven Clark, you have Andre Dillard, that's not promising. Nate Herbig could play both guard spots. Jack Driscoll could play right tackle. It's just you have Landon Dickerson that I don't think he's redshirting this year. If Landon needs to come in, you can use him. You know what I mean? So The Red Spice says Mullins was pretty good at throwing to the DBs. He was good at that, I have to say. Irvin James, Creighton tipped it could have broke for a big gain. I'm Jim Rose. I wonder why Sanders didn't play. I think they're just saving his energy. I think they're really just keeping him. They're saving him for the start of the season. Honestly, I don't think they want to put tread on the tires. Joey Bead. Soft Neil Jones says Hurts and Flacco were able to move the ball downfield biggest aside from Quez. That's definite. JC So Cool says Quez the real deal. Believe that, bro. Richie MC Jack Stahl in the practice squad. Probably. I didn't see much from him at all. Shan Sharp says Clayton Thorson is better than Nick Mullins. Reed Betts says Sirianni looked good calling his first game as head coach. Everybody looked happy to play for him. I think that's true. I think that's definitely true. The team is definitely playing for him. The players are definitely playing for Nick Sirianni. That's definite. Like, no joke. I think that's real. I think that's real. So. Goldberg said, thoughts on the receiving core? They look promising. I think it looks good. I mean, really, Devontae Smith's not here. John Hightower is I think, is going to be highly productive this year. Quez just really got a chip on his shoulder, playing with a huge chip on his shoulder right now. And I think with the rest of these guys, Rager had some crisp route running today. He didn't get thrown a lot of balls today, but unfortunately, he had separation. And I mean, some plays are schemed for certain players. They want to see these guys try to get the ball. You don't want to just throw it to the guy that's automatically open. They're scheming not scheming against the defense. They're scheming in their own offense for certain players to go get the football. So, and then Travis Fulgham never got targeted today, not once. So, I mean, you got another preseason game. So, Robert Griffin says Countess is only a camp body. Yep, most likely. Chase Davis says Singleton did what Singleton does tonight, tackles. And that's true. JD says Nick Mullins looked good. People like putting that joke out there. I tell you, Smick says is the GOAT. Do you think Marcus Epps is going to be a practice squad? 100%, probably. Quez is wide receiver 2. Tony Scar said we need to prepare for extensions of some of these guys, and it does make kind of nauseous paying $8 million for someone that wants to be for the future. Love Ertz, but that's reality. I really don't think Ertz. I don't think Ertz is going to be here by game 1. I think Ertz will be traded or he'll be released. I think they're just trying to really up his value, and I think preseason is upping his value a lot more, so you could, and then get the $8.5 million. Not even just that, but if you're able to get some type of late draft pick on top of it, if it's even possible, then great. And you're going to have over $20 million in cap space. That's the crazy thing about it. You're going to be over $20 million in cap, which is nuts. It's kind of crazy. Richie MC is running back Holyfield still on the team? Was he hurt? He's still here, but I don't think he played though. I don't know what happened. I'm going to go for a few more minutes, guys. It's been a long day. I streamed for 3.5 hours. We got another hour here. Hour and a half. I put a video out tonight already, and tomorrow is going to be like a lot of videos, at least like 2 to 3 videos tomorrow. No joke. So we have a lot to talk about tomorrow. Definitely check those out tomorrow if you guys haven't. Well, when you guys get the chance. Jake the Gate said he was second-round pick. I'm guessing he's making a couple million this year, but hopefully Hightower makes it instead. I hope Hightower does make it. I think he will. Robert said we need more depth at safety. Epps and Nate Gary of the secondary. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like Andrew Adams or Marcus Epps. I don't like it at all. Game with Mr. Krupa says Quez took Hightower's job, not J-Jaw. Need him for special teams, unfortunately. I'm the Rush Pod said people forget how good Jordan Howard was in 2019 when he got chances. He should definitely be starting. I'm hoping he gets. It's really going to be between him and Kerryon Johnson, unless you're keeping 2 bruisers. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's just something we have to wait and see on. I don't know. Soft Neil Jones, the 2019 Philadelphia draft is looking like hot garbage. All we got was Miles Sanders, and that's even the 2017 draft. The 2017 draft? I mean, who's left from that draft? Not much of anybody. 2017 is Derek Barnett. That's it. That is it. Jack Hennis has tried to to support your host. Use the many on my team's channel. How much does the Eagles fans miss Reed? Hate is with KC. I mean, we do miss him. I mean, obviously, him being a coach and a people person of how good he is as a coach. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, change is needed. I think at a certain point with Andy Reid, it was definitely due time, especially when we had that really bad season, and that was like the last straw. Like he just needed a change. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Go Eagles 99 says Gainwell will be a beast in this offense. I think he's going to be great. Mind Design says Gainwell could be DeAndre Swift 2.0. Jonathan Haley says Kenny G going to be our double-edged sword. John Mackerel Jr. says, should we get rid of Samalo? No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not a big Samalo fan at left guard whatsoever. Like, I think his run blocking is elite. I think his pass protection is like not great. Never thought his pass protection was good. Chase Davis says Najee Harris is a tank. Might pick him up in fantasy. He's good. He's really good. Don Beck's Milton Williams is a beast. I can't wait to see him. Jake gets kicks says, how do you think Hurts did? I think he played great. I think he played with some poise. I think he was accurate. Other than the Quez throw and the underthrow to Rager, really, I think he was fine. I think he was totally fine. I really wasn't worried about it. I think he played very solid, very competitive. He was patient in the pocket. He ran when he had to. I thought he was fine. Really, I thought it was a solid day for Jalen Hurts. Gaming with Mr. Cooper says Sean Bradley maybe solidify himself as a backup linebacker. He could be a backup linebacker. All of our linebackers did good. Besides Patrick Johnson, a couple guys, and Smith, I thought the rest of them did really good. Smith 6 the Ghost of Nick playbook that used to game looked okay, and he keeps the hype for the defense throughout the game. That's definite. Jack Kenneth says, why Smith is not there? Well, Smith is hurt with an MCL right now. He should be back by next week. That's what I'm hoping. Jay Youngson out of the running back room. Who do you think they will use the most? I think it'll be Miles Sanders will get most of the snaps, to be honest with you. And then Kenneth Gainwell, and then, obviously you sprinkle in some bruiser backs and Jordan Howard or Kerryon Johnson, however they want to do it. I don't know. Chuck the Eagles fan says Milton Williams, Zach McPherson, Kenny Galladay. Great job, Howie. Yeah, really, gotta give respect for those picks. They're looking very juicy right now. Looking really good right now. Carl Tuesday, how is Teron Jackson? Teron Jackson had some good pressure today, but they kept him in the game the whole entire game today. He must have literally got home and went to sleep because he got worn out. He couldn't do much at the end of the game. He was in the whole entire game today. No joke. He looked like he was winded later. They kept him in there. They did the same to Josh Sweat. When Josh Sweat was drafted, they did the same thing to him. They kept him in the game the whole entire game. They just wanted to get as much out of him as possible. And look what happened to him. You know what I mean? So it's great. It's great to see that. I hope it happens with Teron Jackson as well. It's like at Casey's offense under Doug Pearson as OC never had a 1,000-yard wide receiver, and that translated to his head coach tenure in Philly. Let's hope Quez and Devontae could turn that around. I hope they will. Brad Rice says, wait till it's not Vanilla and Smitty out there in a regular season. JC Sokol said, rest Devontae Smith for the regular season. They probably should do that. They probably won't even play him. I doubt it. Sean Steps, Colts don't want to do business with us for Ertz. We already sold them a lemon. Cryptaja says Howard is a beast. Smith, the 6 goes. Who do you think will win the division? The Philadelphia Eagles. Who do you think's going to win the division? I think we could win the division. Jay Davis says Jordan Howard has been a pro for 6 years. He's 26 old. Think about that. Yeah, he's still relatively young. He's not even in his prime yet. I mean, at prime age, 28 years old. I mean, he's still a young guy. Nate Gary stinks. Jack Kenneth says, Reed is a beast at AC. Wish he was still in Philly. Rich MC, what's happened to 2-1 in time of possession? 41-18 Pitt, 18-42 Philadelphia, snap total 80-42. It could be just because of, our offense was off the field in literally 2 plays. If you throw picks, your possession's a lot lower. So, Sean said Fitzpatrick looked inconsistent today. I think he gave that. I think there was an interview he had a couple weeks ago, and he said that you don't want to know how he was playing. So that wasn't a good sign of how everything was going on. So, Ryan Myers says, "Hey Joey, great job tonight. Missed the game. Have kids at the shore. Hopefully, I can go catch a replay. Hey, we'll be around, dude. We'll be streaming next week. The Philly Shakedown podcast of Philly 500 will be this Saturday at 9 on his channel. So check that out." And I'm going to get going, guys. It's been a long day. And love all you guys. Thank you for joining the stream. If you haven't, check out the one for next week. Check out the Philly Shakedown podcast this weekend. Like I said, Saturday, Philly 500's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you guys haven't, check that out. Check it out Saturday. Subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles all year round. We're going to be streaming every single preseason game and everything. And then once the season starts, you're going to have a stream on Saturday, 3 streams on Sunday. During the game, the post game, and then the Philly Shakedown again late Sunday night. So it should be very exciting. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. we will see you guys later. Hope you guys had a good night. Get some rest. We're doing well. We're doing good. Was very happy about today. So, love all you guys. Shake Squad up. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Flowers 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.